I'd like to officially say good morning and welcome to everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Sarah Hagee. I'm the Executive Director here with the Electrical Association of Philadelphia. As you can see, I'm joined by my colleague, Matt Dibert. He's our Program Manager, and our presenters this morning from HiReli, who I will introduce in a moment. A few housekeeping items. As you might have noticed, your mics and your cameras are off because we are recording this session. It's just going to minimize distractions for those who want to come back and watch it. In addition, you guys are encouraged to submit questions using the chat feature. Mike from HiReli is going to be monitoring the chat all throughout the entire session. And so, yes, that's Mike. And so he'll be able to answer questions in real time for you. Of course, we will, if there's time at the end, leave a couple minutes for questions. And of course, we're going to send out the recording from today's session. We'll also provide contact information for the team here at HiReli. And that way, if you have any questions, you can follow up directly. So with that, we're going to get to it. I'm really excited to welcome our sponsors from today, HiReli. This is their first virtual coffee talk with us. And we have joining us Alex Pierce, who's the Sales Manager, C&I, Matt Paisley, the Sales Manager for Utilities, as well as Mike Smith, the Director of Sales and Service. So with that, gentlemen, thank you. I'm going to turn it over to you, Alex.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, thank you everybody for joining us on this snowy morning here in Philadelphia. So we'll get started here. So we're going to start off with a little overview on HiReli and HiReli Supply. So HiReli was established around 20 years ago. We're a manufacturer's rep. We also have a value-added reseller division. We represent electrical equipment and power systems. We're a value-added reseller of electrical equipment for power systems. We represent G&W Electric, GE Grid Automation, SAI switchgear, magnetron transformers, Honey Cable, and ABB Power Conversion products. For the value-added reseller, we have a variety of equipment such as SEL and GE controls and instrument transformers. We're involved in bulk power, distribution, and protection systems. We work in both electric utilities and C&I customers. We have a large customer-facing technical sales team that consists of 4 PEs. We have an excellent engineering support and management staff. With that, we're able to work with customers not only as a supplier of equipment, but in the areas of applications, training, service, and support. We're also able to develop automation programs and recommend settings. We can do forensic reviews to identify corrective actions and risk mitigation as well. So here's some of our team over on the right-hand side. And then if you look over to the left, this is our HiReli demo and training trailer. So this trailer has reclosers, switch gear, relays on it. Everything has auxiliary power, so everything is able to be operated. So we can bring this out for original demos or actual for hands-on training for linemen or anybody that wants to get their hands on it. Everything does work on the training or on the trailer, so we're happy to get this out to you guys. So for the HiReli Supply Division, that was established in 2016 as a value-added reseller or VAR of electrical equipment, but it also includes engineering, service, and support. HiReli Supply can furnish both Tier 1 and Tier 2 WBE participation. And we are Women's Business Enterprise nationally certified, as well as state certified in Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Here's some of the owners here. So on the left, Dunya Krause, who is the president of HiReli Supply. To her right is Ellen Bragg, the CEO of HiReli. In the right picture is Dunya Krause again on the left, and on the right, Betsy Smith, who is the manager of our marketing team. Some of the HiReli solution-based services we can provide, we can do consulting services, so we can do sequence of events analysis, coordination studies, power studies, things like that. As far as the education training, we can do online or classroom, or as you saw earlier with the trailer, we can bring the trailer out for demos and trainings. We can also add engineering services, consulting, testing, and so on. So jumping into G&W Electric, so previous to my time with HiReli, I was a field application engineer for G&W Electric in the Northeast region. So I wanted to hit on a few applications and designs that I thought would be interesting to the group. So first, looking at Vipers for DER interconnections into the utilities. We typically see these at the point of common coupling, Viper reclosers with 6 voltage sensors. And on the left-hand side, you can see we have 6 internal low energy analog voltage sensors that are molded within the module. These are capacitive, not resistive. So you have your isolation between primary and secondary. All cables and connections are all molded within the module. So you don't have to worry about any squirrels or anything attacking the cables. You don't have any extra bulk of adding your second set of voltage sensors. So as we move forward with the standards, there's the IEEE 1547/2018 standard that gets into the DER interconnections, and there's more requirements on islanding and sinks, syncing the DER with the grid, as well as your different ride-through requirements. So G&W has their AccuSense voltage sensors, which are circled in the red. The one in the middle is a 15 or 27 kV sensor. The one on the right is a 38 kV sensor. So you basically have two sensors that cover you all the way up to 38 kV. Same capacitive technology, and these actually are 0.5% accurate. So whether you're looking to sync your DER into the grid, or analyze when you might have to trip for your ride-through requirements, this higher accuracy is going to give you a little more flexibility on when you have to perform those actions. You can see they're much smaller than your traditional PTs, your wire-wound PTs. They're active, so that 0.5% accuracy goes all the way through the temperature range. Much lighter, and they can be mounted on the Viper reclosers themselves, or they can be mounted as a standalone unit. So with the higher ratings that have become available at G&W, going up to 16 kA and interrupting and 1,000 amps continuous current, we're also able to use Vipers in substation applications in place of a breaker, where it might be more cost effective and have a smaller footprint. We do have the integral current sensors. So there's 3 current sensors molded within the Viper module. You can do 1,000 or 500 to 1, or 400/200 to 1. Depending on which two of those you pick, that 1,000 to 500 is field changeable. Same thing with the 400 to 200 to 1. If you need a different accuracy level or a different CT ratio, or maybe even a different input, the internal sensors have the 1 amp input. We can do external window transformers, as you can see in the top left picture. Because this is a dead tank construction with the Viper, we can slide those window CTs right over the bushings. That can get you your metering grade accuracy, your 5 amp secondaries, whatever you might need at the substation. We can also custom mount to existing structures. You can see in the right picture. All we need is drawings of what you want us to mount to, and we can come up with custom frames to mount on there. The substation Vipers I was talking about, I just want to make sure the 16K ratings available, 1,000 amps continuous is available. That allows us to use the reclosers in place of a traditional substation breaker. This is going to be a smaller footprint, more cost effective. We have internal current sensors that are molded within the Vipers, but we can add window CTs external to the Viper, as you see in the top left picture. With the Viper being a dead tank construction, we can slide these window CTs right over, give you a higher accuracy, metering grade sensing. We can also get 5 amp secondaries if you have different relays that need different inputs there. We can mount onto existing structures, which is the main picture in the center. So if we know what you want us to mount the Viper modules on, we can create custom mounting to mount to your structures. And then the Viper insulators are removable, the gray insulators on there, and underneath the insulator is an elbow connection, ANSI elbow connection. So you can see the riser pull on the bottom left. We can give you elbow connections on the horizontal, the vertical bushing, or both. So if you want to get some extra animal protection at substations, you can use elbows instead of live terminals. G&W Tridents, dead tank construction, integral visible brake and air, no oil there. Complete fault duty testing per 3760. All the voltage sensing, current sensing is molded within the modules. There's no external elbow voltage sensors, no external CTs unless you have a ratio that you want. This reduces the footprint. You don't have to worry about rats or anything down there chewing on the cables. Fully submersible, tested under 20 feet of water for 20 days. Maintenance-free design, and then we have flexible custom designs and compact options. So the top left is the compact option if you're stacking multiple ways next to each other. The handles are inset not to take up more space. The bottom left is a single phase option for replacing an oil fuse cutout. Then in the center screen, we have a magnetic actuated version that is able to be automated with a mag actuator instead of a motor. And it has a 3-cycle operation speed. That's one of the newer products that's come out. So good for closed transition transfers. And then we can mix and match Vipers and Tridents. As you see in this pad mount on the left side, we have 3 Vipers bussed together with a single Trident. So that Trident can be used as a visible disconnect for all 3 of those Vipers. and those Vipers can go up to riser poles from a substation, and you can eliminate having multiple disconnects up on the lines and then having multiple Vipers on poles and put everything in one pad. So this is some of the stuff that you won't see in the catalogs, but we can add customized features for you. So with that, that's what I have on G&W, and I'll hand off now to Matt to get into GE Grid Solutions.
Good morning, everybody. So thank you. My name is Matt Paisley, the sales manager for utility side at HiReli. I'm going to review some GE Grid Solutions products that we currently represent. Starting with the protection and control side, the Multilink 8 series relay. The 850R for reclosers. This is a universal recloser, switch, and sectionalizer controller. You have the 850E for industrial feeder protection. You have the 850D for distribution feeder protection, which can handle 2 distribution feeders at once. And you have the 850P for pad mount feeder protection. So this will handle multiple feeders for your pad mounted switches. You also have the 845 for transformers, 889 for generators, and the 869 for motors. Some of the 8 series features: it has a single setup and configuration software, draw out style relay for easy maintenance and replacement options. So you can see there's a handle at the bottom that will lift up and you can slide the relay out of its case. You have an optional Wi-Fi connectivity and cybersecurity features enabling NERC CIP requirements. Moving on, so looking to upgrade from GE's SR family of relays, look no further. The 8 series offers a direct replacement from the physical dimensions down to the software and settings. Upgrade with ease, as GE provides a easy-to-use retrofit kit, along with providing a step-by-step walkthrough to guide you through the process. So you have a 750 or 760 for feeder. You can go to the 850, a 745 to the 845, and so forth. You get all the benefits and features of the new 8 series without having to do any panel work or rewiring from your old SR relay. Moving along to the Multilink UR series relay, GE's universal relays are an advanced series that provide leading-edge technology in protection, control, monitoring, and metering. Current offerings are from generator protection all the way down to breaker control. So you can see the list of relays offered there: line protection, feeder protection, transformer, bus, cat bank, motors, anything that you need for your distribution and transmission needs. Some of the UR features: they have modular construction and common hardware, leaving you with a reduced stock of spare inventory. So the power supplies, CTVT cards, IO modules, etc., are all draw out style from when you open up that relay case. They offer digital fault recording and sequence of events recording. There's a large HMI and annunciator panels that can be built on the front. The flexibility and customization of these products make this easily suitable to retrofit almost any of your legacy PNC schemes that you may have. And these also have enhanced cybersecurity features such as password complexity, including meeting and exceeding NERC CIP requirements, AAA server support, role-based access control, and event recorder for syslog. And moving on to the automation side of things, so GE offers a wide variety of servers, gateways, RTUs to meet your automation needs. Some of GE's flagship products I have listed here: the G500, the D400, the D20MX. Shown there is a picture of the G500. Now, each of these supports a large number of communication protocols, such as IEC 61850, DMP 3.0, along with all of your others. These products also have the ability to connect and integrate your power systems with virtually any existing HMI, SCADA, or EMS energy management system, giving you the visibility to your electrical assets found across your transmission distribution systems. Along with their other products, these also have cybersecurity features, including role-based access control, secure web interface, secure file transfer, and extensive user activity logging to provide a complete security toolkit to achieve NERC CIP compliance. Furthering the automation side, I've put a picture here of the G500 system architecture and how it integrates with your system. So the G500, it's a robust security environment providing seamless integration with your existing solutions. So whether it's an existing substation or you have a new one going in, the G500 is your RTU that you want to use. It collects data from substation protection, control, monitoring, RTU, and other IEDs, such as what you can see here. It processes all the data and then moves it up to your EMS or DMS SCADA systems, providing a centralized management system. Some of the features for the G500 include data collection and visualization, IEC 61850 gateway, device redundancy, file retrieval capabilities. So what that means is if there's a fault in one of your relays, it will pull the G500 will pull all the event records and store them in the G500. And there's also built-in HMI. So moving along to ABB and the power electronics side. So which batteries chargers are we referring to? So here you have the common electrical substation control house, or E-house, where you have your medium voltage, low voltage switch gears on the left to right. You have UPS system, transfer switches, switchboards, panel boards, etc. And then you have the battery charger there that's highlighted with the red box. So these battery chargers provide the charge to your station's battery banks that power the DC load within the substations. So reviewing ABB's Integritas family of battery chargers, starting with the left, the Integritas battery charger, which is for all your wall-mounted applications, such as small utility substation and control houses. You have the Integritas DC power systems, which is your large floor-mounted rack unit for the larger utility substations and power generation facilities. And then on the right there, the Infinity Industrial is your rack-mounted, for rack-mounted applications such as telecom and communication systems. Each of these products uses switch mode rectifier, or SMR technology, which gives you an efficiency between 94 to 97%, all the way down to 10% of your load. So going into more detail with each of these, the Integritas battery chargers, they offer a modular design with an advanced controller with secure protocols. So you can see all the secure protocols that they offer. The input ranges for this are from 120 volt AC to 277 volt AC single phase, and 380 to 480 volt AC three phase. Depending on your needs, the outputs can range from 24 volts DC up to 125 volts DC at different current ratings, depending on what you need. And you can see there on the right, the physical footprint of these is pretty small. It's a 28-inch high cabinet by 23 inches wide and 14 inches deep. So if you have a tight application, your control house, this would be a great fit for it. Moving on to the Integritas DC power systems. Again, it offers a modular design, give you the ability to have, and with the modular design, it gives you the ability to have multiple independent voltage outputs. For example, you can have a 48 volt DC output along with a 125 volt DC output. So in the picture on the right there, it's sort of a little hard to see, but there's some gray racks or gray rows of rectifier units. And above there, you have little white controllers. So that would designate that you have two different system voltage being output for these batteries. Again, we have outputs ranging from 24 volts DC to 125 volts DC with the racks, and they also have the ability for configurable output distribution breakers. So no need to have the external panels. We can do it right here in the rack. And these physical dimensions line up with your standard racks at 24 inches wide by 26 inches deep and 84 inches high. Moving on to the Infinity Industrial System. So these are the smaller rack mounted uses. So these systems are for use in any Infinity system and has input ranges from 90 to 310 volts DC and outputs 24 volt DC or 48 volt DC nominal. These systems are highly configurable. The rectifier and converter configurations are easy and user defined based on your distribution load. Again, with the footprint of these, the Infinity Industrial is designed to be mounted in 19 or 23-inch racks and can range from 3.5 inches high to a full 84-inch rack, depending on your needs. So some of the Integritas value propositions as to why the ABB battery chargers are a industry-leading design. These products all offer high efficiency with high reliability while not compromising on the security of your system. With the secure cyber platform and NERC compliance. The modularity allows for growth of your system, which gives you multiple rectifier modules per unit. As for redundancy, you can add rectifiers to your system giving you an N+1 redundancy. The rectifiers are hot swappable, so they can be field upgraded or replaced while still online without disrupting your load. A reduction in footprint, so this technology can provide higher current ampacities in reduced footprint. And the battery health system, this feature is an integrated, simple to operate and advanced monitoring and control system. So you can see there on the front panel, you have the advanced controller. So more with the advanced controller capabilities, failing to meet the high demands of NERC standards can prove to be costly when NERC implements fines for non-compliance. So as NERC comes out with more standards, more and more equipment falls into them. So utilizing ABB's battery charging solutions gives you an integrated, simple to operate, and advanced monitoring control system that can perform and log all your NERC required tests and data points. The advanced controller offers secure protocols such as SNMP3, HTTPS, SSL, and SSH, giving you the NERC compliance with full remote access. And some of the standard battery management features included with this is float boost mode control, battery discharge testing, and slope and thermal compensation. So with that, does anybody have any questions that Mike couldn't answer?
They had Eric had questions on metering, adding metering to the G&W switchgear, which I let him know that we can definitely do that. And that's really the only question that had come in. So it was an easy day for me.
You guys are worried you're gonna not have enough time. That's great. Anything else that you guys would like to feature today, or for our attendees out there, are there any additional questions you'd like to send through the chat that we can answer before we let our team go for the day? I'd like to give it a minute. Here we go. Hey, Mike, Joanna would like to hear a little bit more about 800A boards.
Matt, do you want to give her a little details on the?
In reference to which product line?
Waiting to hear back.
Battery systems, Joanna?
She's working on it, I bet. Technology.
The new.
Well, oh, here we go. She says, we have inverters at high power and currently use 600 amp boards. So it hasn't specified a specific product line, but
I
she's
would
looking
assume this will go back to the, Alex, you want to go back to the, Joanna, do you have rack mounted battery chargers right now?
Let me see if there's a way I can get her to. Not for battery charging. Yeah. Hold on.
You'd have to know a little bit more about the 600 amp boards that you're referencing.
Joanna, I've just given you the ability to speak. Go ahead.
Thank you. I was just going to say it would be a little easier if I could actually ask.
Yeah.
So guys, I design PV systems, and we have inverters right now that are 600 volt output, and the boards that we have, only can take 600 amps, and then the next thing up would be like 1,000. Now, some companies are starting to make 800 amp boards, and we know that there is one company that does it so far, and I would just love to see what you guys have on your side, if there's any equipment that by ABB or GE, stuff like that. And we are going to get into battery charging, I think, a little bit. So, but what can you tell me about 600 amp boards or 800 amp boards, guys?
Unfortunately, we do not have panel boards to offer. So this rectifier and this DC charger is just to, we can do direct DC to output to like the substation breakers and actual relays, but we don't offer actually panel boards like you're referencing, unfortunately.
Okay. If possible, guys, I would love to be able to set up a session with you guys with our engineers, my colleagues.
Certainly, we love that.
And just see what if you guys have a link that I can look at some more of your equipment, because the batteries are, that's going to be something that we're going to be getting into. So I'm just trying to be ahead of the curve with that aspect, but we're always looking for more technology to make our
we'd love to
lives,
sit down with you and see how we can meet your needs.
Awesome.
We'll reach out to you after this. I think we'll get a participation list, or
I'll just connect you guys directly so you don't have to wait for the list. So
thank you. Appreciate that.
Sarah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joanna. Anyone else have any questions for us at this point? I didn't see anything else come through the chat. A good job from Ellen, of course. That was nice.
Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Ellen.
Well, guys, listen, it's been really great having you here. We're excited to bring you back on May 20th. Do you know which lines you're going to be featuring at that point? Or are you still working that one out?
Yeah, we're actually going to be featuring some of our other industry-leading products. And it's going to be SAI, which is a metal-clad lineup. and then also Magnetron transformer, which is an old Westinghouse design, and as well as ABB. So
Great, great. Well, with that, everyone, stay warm today. Hopefully you don't have to go out there, but if you do, please stay safe and have a great day. We'll see you guys back in May.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you guys.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.